Our church looks after all the lost souls who need the Four's protection. Since the day I laid eyes on the Four, I have known and understood its truth. Our church is always open to those who need it. I only want to bring happiness and peace to the lives of the people of Fourville. First, you should recover the artifact from Vault 118. Then we will see what further tasks the Four requires of you. You should complete the task the Four has set you. Travel to the home of the creators and recover a sacred artifact. Have you completed the task that the Four has assigned you? Wonderful, wonderful. I'll take that from you now. You are a true servant of the Four. From this artifact, we can see that the Four's influence is felt across the world. The Four spoke to me recently and told me it has a special task for you. I'm sure, having spent time around the church, you have heard talk of the creators. The Four believes it is time that you learned more. Long ago, the creators created the Four and its brethren to protect the people of the world from the great disaster. The Four seeks a sacred artifact from its creators, taken from its resting place. This is a great honor, fellow follower, but be respectful, for you are traveling to hallowed ground. All right, let's drop the games. I ordered those men to kill you, and I've ordered them to kill other people before you. Do you know how hard it is running a church? Especially when it's painfully obvious that it's all bullshit. Every so often, I need a martyr to show people how dangerous it is out there, and to make people think that Vault out there somehow protects them. I'm not a bad guy. Not really. I just want to keep these people happy and safe. Will you do me a favor and not tell anyone? I was just surprised by how quickly you returned. To celebrate, the Four has authorized me to bestow a substantial reward upon you. Thank you for your kind donation to our church. The Four smiles on you. Working for the Four is worth all the time in the world. Speaking of worth, the Four has authorized me to bestow a reward upon you for your services. Let me speak frankly to you. No one is going to believe you. If you take justice into your own hands, the whole town will kill you. I think it's best if you leave the church now. Perhaps 1,000 caps will cover the considerable trauma you experienced. Oh, you've returned with the artifact. So that's all? Nothing else you want to discuss? Never mind. The Four has told me to bestow a substantial reward on you for your services. Of course, of course. In fact, the Four has told me to bestow a substantial reward on you for your services. You really want to buy this piece of junk? Oh, damn it. I shouldn't have said that. Here's what we'll do. You pay me 200 caps. I'll say the Four sent me a vision that you should have it, and we both keep pretending I believe this Four crap. I'm afraid we can't sell valuable artifacts from the Four. They are worth far more than mere money. Then maybe you should get some. The Four helps those who help themselves. I can give you the most precious thing we have to offer. The Perception Bobblehead. Those things are worth quite a lot of money. What do you say? I'm sure there are plenty, but I found this to be the most effective. It may sound callous, but people need this. People need the Four. Surely we can just move past this. Martyrs make running this place so much easier. If someone dies on pilgrimage from time to time, no one questions that the Four keeps them safe. Can we just let bygones be bygones? I'm glad we could come to an understanding. I think you should leave now. I'm afraid the Four has not provided any more work for you to complete. Oh, you mean the creators? The Creators created the Four to watch over us. All things must have a beginning, after all. Of course, the Creators are the exception, for they are eternal. No, I grew up on a small farm to the west. One day, I had a dream where the Four called me here to serve him. I have lived here since the day I passed through the gates. The Four has always provided for me. I'm so proud of the work we do here. Very well. Is there something else you needed? Of course, sister. What can I tell you? Do not fear, children. Communing with the gods will surely change me, as it would any mortal. But it will not change how I feel towards all of you. I will continue to watch over you and guide you, just as the Four guides me. Go in peace now, brothers and sisters. Go forth and know the Four. Ah, if it isn't the Four's most dedicated follower. I was pleased to see you in my congregation. It is fortuitous that you arrived when you did, for I have a special task for you. I would like you to accompany me on my communion with the Four. Ah, if it isn't the Four's most dedicated follower. I do hope you have recovered from the trauma of your pilgrimage. I tell you what, to demonstrate there are no hard feelings, how would you like to accompany me on my communion with the gods? I have to admit, after our last conversation, I was a little surprised to see you attending one of my sermons. What is it you want from me? Excellent. I knew I could count on you. Let us depart. The gods await. Very well. I still need a little while to prepare for my journey, so you will still have time to change your mind. Come now, you could do better than that. Why don't we try again? Would you like to join me for my communion with the gods? It is not our place to question the Four's wishes. I told you, to demonstrate there are no hard feelings for the trauma you encountered on your pilgrimage. Nothing? You're not here to get money out of me? Well, maybe I can make you an offer. How about we let bygones be bygones? Work together for mutual benefit. In the spirit of reconciliation, I would like you to accompany me when I commune with the gods. Very well. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Well, I never. And here I was, hoping that we could let bygones be bygones. I think you had better leave at once. Ha! You can't be serious. You're going to rob me? In front of a congregation of fanatical followers? It's a nice try, but you're not getting a single cap from me. Now get out of my church. I see how it is. You wish you had taken my offer of compensation before, and now you've come back to extort me. Very well. I know how this game is played. Here are your caps. Now get out of my church. Are you ready to go? The gods await. That's a little more zeal than I was expecting, but I appreciate the effort. Come, the gods await. Come, friend, the gods await. Come now. You can at least fake it a little bit. Never mind. Let's just go. We live in momentous times, brothers and sisters. Truly, we are the Four's chosen people, for he had decided to honor our devotion by opening again. We have waited patiently for this day, never faltering, never giving up hope. Now, we have been rewarded. I have news for you, my children. The Four has spoken to me and called me to him. Today, I shall depart to become our ambassador to the gods. My fellow followers of the Four, can you hear me? I am. Yes, that's right. The Creator sent me to commune with you on behalf of the Church of the Four. Yes, indeed. Take me to your place of worship, and I shall tell you more about the wisdom of the Creators and the messages I carry. So this is the Four? I have to admit, it isn't quite what I had imagined. Greetings, my brother, emissary. I always knew the Four had greatness in mind for me. Come, my child. We can talk further in the church. Greetings, brother. Have you come to learn of the Four? Greetings, sister. Have you come to learn of the Four? We believe in the strength and the protection of the Four. Once, the Four was open, and people came from miles around to seek its great virtues. The Four grew angry with the people for taking so much from it and never giving back. It closed its doors forever, promising to open them after 20 years. The people waited, but it never opened again. We are waiting still, until he opens again. This is the Church of the Four. Here, the followers of the Four gather to pay reverence to the Four. Vault? I'm afraid I don't understand what... Oh, you mean the Four? Vault is the name given to the Four by the non-believers. The Four is the greatest protector. For centuries, he has watched over our people, and will continue to do so until he opens again.
I've heard, that you perform memory wipes for people like me. Thank you so much. I'm ready to get started as soon as possible.
Return when you have the message. I shall remain here and commune with Father Benjamin. What kind of bad news? Let me hear this. My fellow followers of the Four, today is the Four has given me a special message, and the Four was not what we expected, and that is because... Oh, who am I kidding? It's over. You're all a bunch of fools. The Four is no god. It's just a sick, twisted experiment created by long-dead executives. Anyway, I'd love to stick around and debate theology with you all, but I really have to go. There is no God. I'm quite busy. It isn't easy being a prophet for two churches. Brothers and sisters, today I want to talk to you about hope. It was hope which created Vault 4. Hope for a better life, no matter what. It was hope which first brought people to Fourville all those years ago. Hope that their patience would lead the Vault to reward them with a safe home. It is hope which binds us all together. Hope that one day Vault 4 will open and share with us its glorious bounty. It is through this virtue that we can truly understand selflessness. The creators had no other goal in mind than the protection of their fellow man. It is through all this that the Four can become a model for how we should all live our lives. May the Four protect you all, until he opens again. It is this great virtue through which we derive our strength. The Four has stood for over 200 years, and may it stand for 200 more. The walls of the Four have never been broken in all that time. And like the Four, we stand strong and unshakable. Welcome back to our church, brother. Welcome back to our church, sister. It takes true dedication to complete the pilgrimage of the Four. Though be aware that it is also dangerous, and many do not return. Then it is with great pleasure that I welcome you to the Church of the Four. Please, stay for a sermon to celebrate your joining. Why, yes, there is. I am interested in learning more about the Four's brethren, especially those further from the Commonwealth. I've heard of a place called Far Harbor, where some say such a site lies. If you could recover an artifact from the creators from there, the church would be most grateful. Of course, brother, what can I tell you? I understand your skepticism after last time, but I assure you, this time is no trick. You're worth far more alive to me this time. Don't worry, I'll give you all the information you need. Very well. Then whatever happens to the church when their second calling falls below expectations, I hope you can live with your conscience. When I first arrived in Fourville, a different man held the position of Father of the Four. I quickly understood the power he held over his followers, so I joined the church to get closer to him. Shortly before he died, and I was made the new father, he slipped a key into my hand. He told me it was the key to a bunker, which held an important message I needed to hear. I never did collect this message. I never considered it might have any value, until now. The similarities between our creators and Vault 4's creator are undeniable. I suspect the former Father of the Four's message may hold some clues. Take the key and go to the bunker. I shall await your return here. Thank you for all of your help. But I have 2 churches to run now. You'd better run along to whatever it is you do. I'm sorry I said all those things. I don't know what I was thinking. Perhaps it was a vision from the Four. Yes, that will be it. I do hope this experience has not soured you on your opinion of the church. You are welcome back any time. But I will be rather busy from now on. My fellow followers of the Four, can you hear me? And you know what else? And you know what that makes me think of? And let me tell you something else. And that isn't all. It is through this virtue that we can achieve the spirit of community. When we embrace the virtues that the Four teaches us, we can truly come together. My fellow followers of the Four, today I want to talk to you about courage. There are those in the town of Fourville who mock our dedication to the Four. Let me tell you now, those people are cowards. It takes true courage to admit that there are things that we do not understand. The Four is one such thing. Every man and woman sat before me has shown true courage by joining this church. Followers, I want to talk to you about faith. Faith is our greatest virtue. All things come back to faith. The faith our ancestors had when they put their trust in the Four. And the faith we have that the Four will open once again. Without this faith, then our church is nothing. Fellow followers, I want to talk to you about love. What more precious virtue can there be than love? Were it not for love, the Four would not exist. The creators so loved their fellow men that they constructed the Four to offer them protection. We too must learn to love as they do, to help and protect our fellow man, no matter what may come our way. The Christians of old waited more than 2,000 years for their Christ. I think we can wait 200. If you wish to join our family, then you must go on the pilgrimage of the Four. It is no easy task, and many who seek to undertake it never return. Do you wish to partake? Then allow me to explain the pilgrimage. The Four has many brothers and sisters across the Commonwealth and beyond. The lesser brethren all succumbed to time and were destroyed. We like to remember the Four's fallen brethren. Visit 4 of these places and reflect on them. Then you will be able to join us. Have you completed your pilgrimage of the Four? Now that you are a member of the Church of the Four, you are entitled to enter our sanctum. There, we hold a sacred item of the four which you can contemplate. That is just one of 2 artifacts which our church holds. Have you pondered our artifacts? Truly, they speak to the glory of the four. In our sanctum, you will find the artifact of perception. Through this artifact, we believe that the four watches over us. You will have seen the other when you attend my sermons. The pulpit from which I preach is a communication system between myself and the four. The creators used the device to give the four instructions to open and close. While it no longer serves this purpose, the four still uses it to talk to me on occasions. Until he opens again. So, I'm their emissary, am I? The four told me I was destined for greater things. And now, here we are. This has been a very emotional time for me. It has made me think a lot about the past. If you don't mind, I have a favor to ask you. So, I'm the emissary, am I? I always knew I was destined for greatness. Listen, I'm going to level with you here. The last thing I wanted was for Vault 4 to open. I kept that church hanging on my every word, with the promise that Vault 4 would open, and I promised them a lot of good things would happen when it did. I thought it was safe to say whatever I wanted. I never really believed the vault would open. Now that it has, they're going to have some high expectations. The emissary business may just be the boon I need to keep the church going. I can come and go as I please, bringing back promises and wisdom from the four, but I can't manage 2 religions on my own. I have a job for you to do, my loyal follower. Very good. Let me explain. Listen, I need to maintain order in the church. Do you think Fourville needs another power struggle on top of this election campaign? Listen, I need to maintain order in the church. Do you think Fourville needs another power struggle after that election campaign? Very well, I can wait. Fine. If serving the four is not enough for you, I can offer a small cap reward. My dear child, service to the four is its own reward. Do you have time to complete that favor I asked of you? When I first arrived at Fourville, a different man held the position of father of the four. He inspired me to join the church. He was a mentor to me. His last act before he died was to name me his successor, and he slipped a key into my hand, telling me he had left a message for me in his personal bunker. Sadly, my duties at the church prevented me from recovering the message. The second coming of the four has made me nostalgic for the past. If you could recover the message for me, I would be eternally grateful. That treacherous old man. Why, I should have. Never mind. It hardly matters now. I'm the father, and he is dead. Now I have those vault fools eating out of my hand just like those peasants at the church. And no one will ever be the wiser. Now that I have this message. And you're only just figuring that out? Are you naive that you still thought I believed in that four bullshit? Just give me that damn message. I want to hear what that old coot had to say.